Yo, welcome to the Parlay Gang, Sports Gambling Made Easy. I'm your host, Ife. And this week, we're going to give y'all a really special episode. We're going to get straight to the business as we prepare for the Thanksgiving holiday. We're just going to give you our best bets. And then next week, we're going to come back with a special guest and our special Thanksgiving episode. So with that being said, I'm going to give y'all my first best bet for the Week 12 NFL slate. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 2 against the Indianapolis Colts. Very simple. I think the Colts are one of the best teams in the NFL when they're playing on turf, indoor. But outdoor, after what I've seen against them versus Pittsburgh and how they kind of struggled against Atlanta when they played in Spain, I'm going to have to trust Mahomes at home under a field goal with that Steve Spagnuolo defense. I think he's going to scheme it up. I think he's going to put Daniel Jones in a bit of a bind, confuse him a little bit. I do like the Chiefs against the run. The Colts have one of the most explosive run offenses in the NFL, obviously. It's definitely going to be a tough matchup, but I do like my chances with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially after coming off of a loss in a divisional matchup. So, give me the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 2 against the Indianapolis Colts. For my second NFL best bet, give me the Detroit Lions at home, minus the 10 versus the New York Giants. I expect Jameis Winston to throw an interception in this game, maybe even a pick six. I expect the Detroit Lions to come ready to play at home off of an embarrassing loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. They got out-toughed. They got out-physical. We all know Jared Goff ain't the best outdoors. He's coming back home playing indoor on turf with something to prove after a terrible game. I expect the Detroit Lions to ball out. I expect trick plays. I expect a throwback to Jared Goff. I just think it's going to be one of those games. So with that being said, give me the Detroit Lions minus the 10 at home. And then my final best bet for the Week 12 NFL slate, give me the Seattle Seahawks minus the 13 against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans have been doing their best to just stay in the mix. After a tough loss against the Rams, I'm expecting Seattle to come ready to play. I'm expecting Sam Darnold to throw for 3 tutties in this game after coming off of a really tough matchup where he threw 4 interceptions. He had his worst game in the season. I think he bounces back in this game. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to get off. I just think it's going to be an easy game, a get-right game for the Seattle Seahawks. So plain and simple, give me the Seattle Seahawks minus the 13 against the Tennessee Titans. So with that being said, I'm going to give you all a quick recap. Overview of my best bets. My first best bets, the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 2 against the Indianapolis Colts. My second best bet, I got the Detroit Lions minus the 10 against the New York Giants. And then for my final best bet, give me the Seattle Seahawks minus the 13 against the Tennessee Titans.
Yo, it's T.O., 1/3 of the Parlay Gang, here to bring you my best bets for the NFL Week 12. My first best bet of the week, give me the Jacksonville Jags heads up versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Jags are playing real good lately. They just came off an impressive win against the Chargers. I expect them to do the same against the Cardinals as well. For my second best bet of the week, let me get the Seattle Seahawks versus minus 13.5 versus the Tennessee Titans. We all know the Titans are losing left and right every week. They losing. They only got lucky with 1 win against the Arizona Cardinals early in the season. I don't expect them to do anything against that Seahawks defense. I definitely expect the Seahawks to take care of business and blow the Tennessee Titans out of the water at least by 14 points. And for my last and final bet for the NFL Week 12, let me get those Indianapolis Colts plus 3.5 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have been very underwhelming this year. They just lost to the Broncos in a last-minute field goal. I think with the way that Jonathan Taylor has been playing, the way that Daniel Jones has been playing, not to mention Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce and Josh Downs and Tyler Warren. The Colts offense is loaded, so I expect it to be a shootout. Don't think the Chiefs are going to beat the Colts by no more than 3 points. I think it's going to be a close game, and if the Chiefs do win, I think it's going to be by a field goal. So I feel very confident in the Colts plus 3.5, and that will wrap up my final best bet of the week 12. And just to give you another rundown, my first bet, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Arizona Cardinals. Heads up, I got the Seattle Seahawks minus 13.5 versus the Tennessee Titans. And my last bet, I got the Indianapolis Colts plus 3.5 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, sir. Let's get this money.
What's good? It's your boy Vic, 1/3 of the Parlay gang, and I'm here to give you my top 3 best bets of the week. Now, this week is a little crazy. I had like a couple of these big favorites this week. I will say that, but also I know there are some games that there's some stayaways, but then there's some spots this week that you can definitely find value in the number and the higher number this week. So it's going to be interesting to see. I will have a couple of these games on my other tickets, but for my top 3 this week, we're going to get straight into it. Let's get rocking and rolling. So my number 1 pick for this top 3 best bets of the week, we're going with the New England Patriots at -6 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I like the way the New England Patriots are playing right now. They're playing freaking really good football. This could be a letdown spot for them, but I don't see it happening. The Bengals are reeling. Their defense is one of the bottom 3 to 4 in the league. The Patriots, this could be a letdown spot for them, especially after the winning streak they've been on. It's almost like, okay, they're due for a loss, but I am really been looking into it, and I love the way Vrabel has these boys playing. These boys are well coached up. They have a spark to them, and they're still, playing for that first place spot in the AFC. They can definitely get that bye week, but they have to capitalize on these games, on these layup games that they're getting in this lighter part of their schedule. So give me the New England Patriots at -6 versus Cincinnati Bengals for my number 2 best bet of the week. This one's a tricky one. It's the in-division game, of course, but give me the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings at +7 versus them Green Bay Packers. The Minnesota Vikings are in a tough spot this week. Coming off a bad loss last week. J.J. McCarthy, he missed a lot of throws last week, I will say that, but this is an in-division game. Their defense is always going to play tough. The Packers have not looked like the Packers as of the beginning of the season since week 1 to week 2. But it's going to be a tough game. I feel like the Vikings, if they can clean up some things that they've had issues with previously, earlier last game and going towards the end of the season, mid-season, should I say, they need to clean up some things offensively and get Justin Jefferson the damn football for sure. But J.J. McCarthy cannot miss throws this week. But also on the other side, Jordan Love possibly can miss some throws, possibly will miss some throws, possibly will try to play some hero ball, and that's going to lead him into some picks against this very, very aggressive Vikings defense. The Vikings are still playing for something, so I really like the Vikings this week in this spot versus the Green Bay Packers. So give me the Minnesota Vikings at +7 against the Green Bay Packers. So for my last and final bet, there's a couple different ways I could have went with this last one. I like a big number. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I really, really like the Lions at -10 versus the New York Giants. That's one of my favorite bets of the week. But my other best bet of the week, give me the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Indianapolis Colts. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at -1 against the Indianapolis Colts. This is a desperation game. The Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5. We have not seen them be in this particular spot in a really long time. So, Kansas City Chiefs coming off a bad loss against Denver last weekend. I'm really expecting Kansas City to step it up, turn it up, because this is it. Everybody wants to be the team that knocks off the champs or knocks off Patrick Mahomes and really not see them go to the Super Bowl, not see them even make the playoffs, because that makes it easier for them. That makes it easier for everyone in the AFC not to have to worry about, not have to worry about that snake being in the playoffs, because you want to cut the head off of the snake early. So I really feel like the Colts, it's going to be a tough game, but you got Daniel Jones going outside. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be nice weather. It's football weather. It's going to be around 60s, but Kansas City's back at home, bad attitude, pissed off. So I really do like the Kansas City Chiefs at -1 versus the Indianapolis Colts. Again, those are my top 3 best bets of the week, y'all. It's, what is it, week 12? We're in week 12 right now, so it's going crazy. It is go time. It's time to turn it up, and let's get this money. Hey, this your boy Vic, 1/3 of the Parlay Gang, and I just gave you my top 3 best bets of the week. So I'm going to get a rundown real quick, all right? So starting off, we have the New England Patriots at -6 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We have the Minnesota Vikings at +7 versus the Green Bay Packers. And then we have the Kansas City Chiefs at -1 versus the Indianapolis Colts. That's my top 3 best bets of the week, y'all. Let's get this money. Week 12 NFL slate. Victor, 1/3 of the Parlay Gang. Let's get it.
That's going to do it for our special Week 12 episode. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on all socials at the Parlay Game, X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. We appreciate the love. Y'all know what we do. We win some, we lose some, but we do that together. We are not financial advisors. Please gamble at your own risk. We've been on a little bit of a drought, but the hit is coming soon. Stay patient, and we'll see y'all next week for our special Thanksgiving episode. Much love, everybody.